Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered, and a very special patron edition at patreon.com/FalconPaladin 1 month before everybody else can see it. It's going to be Machine versus Strelok here on Heartbreak Ridge. I'm not sure what's so funny, but Machine understands what Strelok is talking about. Machine says quark, and then laughs out loud about it. Strelok's like, what is that? Quark is bad, says Machine. I guess there's a lot of time to chat here in the early stages of a Brood War because you start out with 5 workers, and you just make workers for a little bit. Left side of the map here is the red Zerg player Machine. He is American, pretty darn good StarCraft player. On the right side, more of a fan favorite, is the purple Terran player Strelok. He's from Ukraine. He's a WCG bronze medalist. And between 2000 and 2009, that was his time. That was his era to be one of the best foreign players of Brood War in the entire world. What are you talking about, you guys? Somebody's cheating, I guess. Maybe talking about that Quark guy, who I don't know. I'm not sure who Quark is. Maybe another foreigner. Machine's like, enough chatting. Good luck, good luck. Let's do this thing. Do his friends play TSL? No, actually, TSL. I should know that. I should know it. Let's see if we can figure it out real quick here. Heartbreak Ridge is honestly a good place to get matches. A lot of really fun matches here on Heartbreak Ridge. I'm not sure what it is about this map, but crazy stuff happens. Team Liquid Star League. That's the one. TSL. Team Liquid Star League. All right, so nothing too crazy here. Both players are building their stuff at home as a hatch first play out of the Zerg. Barracks opening from Strelok. Overlord scouting up to this area because this is where you go into the purple base. A drone scout too, which this automatically makes Machine one of my favorite players. The fact that he's drone scouting on a 2-player map, and he's American. So I always like to see American players on the stream and on the channel doing well. For that reason, in StarCraft 2, I love Neeb. Just having a great year, man. Neeb could make some real noise here in StarCraft 2. And as far as other great American players, I mean, Idra, definitely an American player here. What are some great American StarCraft players? In Control. I like In Control. Day 9. Love that guy. His brother, Tasteless. The golden eras. The golden era of great American players in Brood War. I wish there were better American players in StarCraft 2. It seems like Canadians, or a bunch of Canadians. There's a guy from Mexico, Special, some South Americans too, but not as many kind of top tier, really good American StarCraft 2 players. I'm not sure why that is. Anyway, who is down here hiding, and why are they hiding? Overlord here to make sure this doesn't get knocked down to allow additional access into the main base and into the natural base. Well, sure, that works as into the natural base and the main base too, if you're interested in that stuff. Overlord on the high ground checks the timing on the expansion, says that's pretty early. So I don't expect anything too crazy here out of Strelok in the early stages of the game, but he is going for a second factory, which indicates at least some pressure on the bio front. At least in the early stages of this match. We'll see. We'll see if he sticks with it or goes into mech, which is entirely viable and does happen from time to time. Macro hatch on the way. Love the macro hatch. I really do here out of Machine. That is a brilliant, brilliant decision. Refinery coming up here too. And yeah, just so far pretty darn macro stuff. I mean, the double barracks opening is a little bit aggressive. You don't really need the double barracks opening just to survive what the Zerg player is going to send at you, especially if you've already scouted a hatch first play and you don't see a quick lair and you don't really see anything to worry about. Honestly, you can hold a lot of stuff here with just 1 barracks and an expansion. Build bunkers if you need to. Repair the bunkers if you need to. Lings are not getting through a bunkered wall. Maybe to throw up. I mean, this is a pretty big thing to wall, to be honest. This really easy to wall, but you don't want to lose your natural base. So maybe, I don't know, I guess maybe he knows Machine's style. Machine's not going to go for a ginormous Ling flood, which would really cause Strelok some problems here if, like, you know, 15, 20 Lings showed up right now. But doing a good job with the SCV, kind of scouting the path. If he sees any of those Zerglings coming, he can honestly just pick this up, float it back inside, wall this off, and call it good. Because a 2-base big Ling attack puts him behind economically. Puts Machine in a really bad way versus the Terran player. And then he gets some fire bats and a tank or 2. And then you come take your natural base. The Zerg player is still stuck on 2. Doesn't have a good worker count. Doesn't have a lariat, etc., etc. So, yeah, so far Machine not doing any of that stuff. He's definitely still 2-base in it. But he is getting a lair. He's just droning. Is not that second gas up pretty early, which to me feels like a 2-base Mutalisk opening. Strelok, he's scouting this, by the way. This SCV scout has put in some work today. Sees the lair timing, sees the second gas. There's a spire coming up with a natural base, which the SCV does not technically see. Is he going to be able to get... Did he die? Ah, he died. I thought he had a few more hits left in him, but looks like he's toast. So here comes a Marine medic push. They're going to try to get in here before the spire finishes. They're going to get here before the spire finishes. Just a matter of machine can hold on or not. He's going for a sunken. He's going for 2 sunkens and a bunch of Zerglings here. 2 sunkens and a bunch of Zerglings are enough to hold this. It's scary. Man, that stim timing. Its stim just finished for Strelok. This is a really abjectly terrifying timing for the Zerg player. But that second sunken is going to come up here fairly soon. It's going to help immensely. 2 sunkens versus 1 is really good against this kind of thing. Not enough time to get lurkers out, that's for sure. So we're definitely going to be a handful of Zerglings here, couple sunkens, and I don't know if Strelok wants to go into this. He does have a fire bat now, though. So maybe with the fire bat. Is he going to go? I don't know if he's going to go. He's going for range for his Marines. Is he going to wait for the spire to finish? Waiting for the spire to finish is counterproductive. Waiting for additional Marines may be okay, but the Zerglings do not want to engage this, especially with a fire bat in the mix. So they're going to pull back. Drone, he was trying to go for a third base, but this is a pretty good contain, actually. So it's a 2 base to 2 base right now. Strelok is in a wonderful position overall. 9 mutas are on the way. 9 Mutalisks, and this many Zerglings will wreck this group. Strelok needs to go now, or he needs to get out of here. 10, 11 Mutalisks. This is a big committal into Mutalisk by machine. Are missile turrets on the way now? Of course they are. Strelok's a good Terran player. He's throwing up the missile turrets as the Mutalisks are in production. He knows the timings. He's been scanning stuff. All right, here we go. Mutalisks in a huge, scary group. Stacking up here. And now it's time to go. Is it time to go? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, they're kind of baiting a little bit there. They got a Mutalisk. Taking down the fire bat was a big pickup there. Overstimming the Marines is a bad idea. Honestly, I would bring the Zerglings in here. They're not doing anything back home. There we go. Now the Lings come out to play. But guess who's here? Big old reinforcement group out of Strelok. Here goes nothing. Lings on top of the Marines. Mutalisks into the group here. 2 Marines are slowly falling, but there's still a bunch remaining. The reinforcing Marines helping immensely there. They have that range upgrade now. That sucker's done. +1 attack is almost done here too. The Mutalisk group is down to 8, which is not ideal for the Zerg. He still has been unable to take a third. He honestly should right now. Machine is making 4 more Mutalisks. He has enough resources to expand. He's not doing it. How did he... Oh. These guys ran home and left their medics behind. That was not a good move by Strelok. Holy smokes. That's a lot of dead medics, Batman. That's a lot of dead medics. All right. So, I mean, that's still a lot of Marines. 1 medic remaining after all those guys got slaughtered. All those gals got slaughtered. Machine is expanding here, sitting about 800 minerals. This is a problem Zerg players can't have, is spending their resources fast enough. He's throwing down an evolution chamber. Waiting for that third base to come up. The macro hatch is going to help here for him. Lurker aspect coming in now, too. And it's just a lot of Marines. This is a lot of barracks play. Finally, a factory comes in, but it's a little bit late. Trying to get this missile turret. And he gets it. Loses a Mutalisk in the process. Takes down an SCV. Takes down another missile turret that's under construction. Shuts it down quite nicely. Some Lings. I don't know what these Lings are doing here necessarily, but the Mutalisk's harassing a bit. 3 missile turrets by the main mineral line are really hard to deal with. If you can dart in here and kill stuff and then dart out, that's pretty good. More SCVs going down. This harassment is doing some work. Those Lings in the middle of the map got wiped out by the counterattack of Marines, forcing a machine away from the main base, not really able to harass it anymore. Yeah. How many here? 10? 10 mutas in the sky, but it's 84 to 61 overall supply here for the Terran player. Picking off medics is always nice. Lurker aspect takes forever to research, but it's almost done. And when that happens, man, this third base is in trouble. Oh no, bad Overlord rally. God, I hate bad Overlord rallies. It hurts. Double missile turret, problematic for the mutas, is going to chase them away. And third base, remember what I said about third base being in trouble about 10 seconds ago? Yeah, it's in trouble. It's in trouble. There are 5 lurkers on the way and in production. Like, maybe you can make it hard for the Marines to get out of here, but that third base is done, and machine is overly supply blocked again. Mutalisks here inside the natural base. That range upgrade for the mutas is so good, though. So hatchery done. I don't know how Machine can come back and win this game. Overall, this is looking like a Strelok win. Although, this is some good control. This is some good control, taking out some SCVs. A lot of SCVs have died. But Army Supply definitely favoring the Terran. He's got +1 attack. He's got stim. He's got range for his Marines. The Mutas are just getting wiped out here. However, they are taking down SCVs. This is a lot of dead workers, you guys. This is a lot of dead workers. But the Marines are able to wipe out all but 2 of the Mutalisks there. The containment at the front is pretty good, but there are lurkers in the mix now and a bunch of Sunkens. So it's 2 base to 2 base still. Strelok is in a good position. Took down the 3rd base of Machine. The Muta Harass wiped out a ton of SCVs, but he's still fairly well saturated on both of his bases. He's been making SCVs pretty much constantly the entire game, which is what you want to do when continuing to upgrade his bio. And I don't know that Strelok needs to go in there. I really don't. If you have the Zerg on 2 bases, you keep them contained. And you call it good. You force the Zerg player to bring it to you. If you attack into this, you're going to have a bad time. But if you force a Zerg player to unburrow and try to get in there and burrow on top of your bio, you can shoot at them the whole time they're unburrowed. Is this it? Is he going? He's going! Yeah, loses 1 lurker. Pulls back, doesn't lose anybody. Great control by Strelok. This is just brutal. As a Zerg player, my heart is not feeling too happy about this. Defiler Mountain on the way. That's what's going to change everything for Machine, is having Dark Swarm, but it's not there yet. I mean, Defiler Mound, about 70% complete. Adrenal Glands is coming in. Lurker is getting a couple spines off, but it's not like he's killing anything. He's just slowly... Oh, don't go in there. You going in there? Wow, that was not great. They tried to focus down a couple of these lurkers. This guy down to 24 HP, but he's got 4 kills. He's very happy about that. Are these Marines trying to find the one last Mutalisk? He's got 5 kills. He's a very brave Mutalisk. But he's dead now. This is so much bio, and some tanks are in the mix. Once the tanks show up, it's going to be a bad time. Consume's on the way. It's being researched there. Defiler's coming in here too. Dark Swarm going to help again for Machine, but he doesn't have a 3rd base still. He's still 2 base in this thing. Lurkers on the low ground? I don't know about this. They would have loved to get on the high ground. Just Strelok didn't give enough time to do that. Tanks set up. You've got permanent detection and siege tanks. Yeah, you're in trouble. All right, man. Here we go. Burrow. The tanks are getting wiped out a little bit there. Okay. And then they're sieging up. There's nothing they can shoot up to stop the science vessel unless he runs away. There's Scourge. Oh, there's Scourge coming in. Nice target firing there. That is Flash-esque level target firing. Meanwhile, who was over here? Some kind of a drop over here. I don't know what it was. Something died. I swear I saw something purple, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about this. Mutalisk. Oh, these 2 Mutalisks. I apologize. Taking down an S, or trying to take down an SCV, and they're going to die. There are a lot of dead Mutalisks in this match, you guys. Many. There's your Dark Swarm. The tanks are in trouble now. Get out of there, siege tanks. Oh, almost finished that one off. Scourge flying. Just pull him back, man. If you can see 10 Marines before you get to that science vessel, pull it back. I know it's easier said than done. I get it. But losing Scourge for nothing there is not good. Actually, a Strelok hitting home. He's got a 3rd base. He's like, I'm good. Zerg player just now is getting a 3rd base at 13 minutes. I'm fine. I'm going to be just fine. So that tank's dead. And this tank probably dead? Yeah, there we go. Lurker's finishing that guy off. 110 to 68 supply. Strelok is basically doubling up right now. But Defilers are the great game changers of StarCraft Brood War. Alright. Well, nice irradiate. Good Dark Swarm before you died, though. Maybe a Plague would be nice, too? No, he doesn't have Plague researched. Okay. The Defiler dies. He does throw up another very nice Dark Swarm. Burrow! Why are you not burrowing? What are you... Machine? Buddy? You have... Buddy? There we go. Actually, you're not protected out here on the edges. Just the lurkers hit so dang hard. Yeah, trying to catch some reinforcements before they get in there. Nice job by Strelok. Hey, just wait out the cloud at this stage, or dust cloud. As Plague is being researched. I think Machine realized it would have been nice to have Plague just a couple of minutes ago. Might as well get it now. Another Dark Swarm up. Lings leaving the Dark Swarm, getting into the Dark Swarm. There's a Fire Bat in the mix, though. The Defiler gets irradiated. All the Lings get cleared up there. Attacking into the Lurkers. A lot of people are going to die, but you're going to get the Lurkers. Is the general concept there. It's a lot of dead bio. So third base up and running, just sort of mining here for Machine, not looking fantastic at this stage. I mean, overall, it's just been... Strelok's been outclassing Machine here. My American Zerg friend is not doing as well as I'd like him to. That's all right. That is okay. Sometimes you lose. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Gotta come to grips with that. Come to peace with that. I know, I'm calling it early here. It's just Machine... If you're down like this, your third base is kind of starting now. Strelok's been on 3 bases for like 4 or 5 minutes. He was trying to go up to harass the third, but then everybody showed up and shut that down. Lurkers are getting some kills here, though. 3 kills on that guy before he goes down. Oh, what a Plague. What a beautiful Plague. And a hit on one of the science vessels to kill, and another one gets injured. Yeah, the Consume comes up, and then the Irradiate happens, and the Defiler's like, well, I guess I got an Irradiate off anyway. That's fine. Suppose that's okay. Another macro hatch on the way back home from Machine. Terran base looks like this. Some people like to see what the production looks like here. He is working on a lot of science vessels. He knows what he likes, and he's sticking with it. Marines, Marauders, Medevacs, Marauders. I'm sorry, Marines, Firebats, and Medics. And some Lings do get up into third base a little bit, but there's a bunker here, so never mind. Drone, maybe they can go for a 4th. Maybe sneak one down here, and Strelok will never check that area. You think that's possible? I'm not entirely convinced it is. Metasynaptic Node on the way. Defiler Energy is coming up right now. 134 to 73 supply. I know Zerg players are supposed to be down for a certain amount of time, but this is down. 136 to 73 supply. Irradiate all the time. Plague. Defiler doesn't do anything before it dies. It's just there's nothing that hurts me more as a Zerg player as to watch Defilers run in to do stuff and then not do stuff and die. There's another Dark Swarm. At least it accomplished something. But unfortunately, the third base is going to die here again. Strelok is just putting on an absolute clinic of how to beat Terran right now. These guys are scary with 2-2 medic support. Firebat's in the mix. 7 kills on that Firebat, mind you. He's going to get a lot more kills here, too. All of his friends are going to die. Maybe. Some Hydras come in here. No, Firebat Hero's dead. Well, it's not Firebat Hero, but it's the hero who's a Firebat. Couple Scourge takedown. There we go. Some Science Vessels. And third base survives with all of 181 HP. Not great. Strelok continuing to spend his money like a boss. He's not floating money at all. Machine is floating cash, you guys. 1,600, 900. He's got a 4th base on the way. Yes, he has his 3rd base. Yes, he has 2 macro hatches in his main and his natural. It's going to allow him to spend his larva better, but he's still not spending all of his cash right now, and I think if he was, he'd be in a better position. I'm not sure where these drones are supposed to go. Hey, guys, it'd be nice maybe if you mind at the 3rd. Or, like, maybe throw down some static defense for future attacks. You don't really need the minerals at this stage, it turns out. 4th base, done. Drone popping, drone going to work. By that I mean throwing down a creep colony. And Strelok expanding up in the top left here for his 4th base. Yeah, it's just not enough of an army here. There are Firebats, dude. You get your Lings in there, it doesn't matter. See how it doesn't matter? Man, I would almost just be tossing Plagues right now. I'm not sure that the Dark Swarm and Firebats are doing it for you. Plagues are going to drain the medics of their energy and have a bunch of Marines and Firebats that are just low on HP. I don't know. Again, not the expert here. Machine is the much better Zerg player than I am. But I don't know that the Dark Swarm is doing what it needs to do. And I think Plagues might be a little bit of a better answer here, considering all of the bio that is present. He's not even really using tanks. There are some Vultures, though. It's exciting. Once again, the Dark Swarm's up, the Firebats don't care, and all the Lings die. And there's really just few casualties. Plague on the Science Vessels is nice. Right? You can Plague those guys, it's fantastic. Another Defiler dies to being irradiated. If you're a Defiler and you get born, I think they just warn you. You're probably going to die from radiation. That sound good or bad? If it sounds bad, I'm sorry, you're a Zerg. You don't have any free will. Trying to sneak down and check that 4th base location. A flank attack here from the Zerg player Machine, though. Some lurkers get up, some lings get up. The Defilers are not even involved in this engagement, and somehow Machine manages to clean it up. All right, that's not too bad. 2 kills, 2 kills, 2 kills on those lurkers. Chitinous plating coming up. I mean, it's technically a 4-base Zerg, which is nice, but it is also a 4-base Terran, which is bad for the Zerg player. Outside of the Muta Harass, that was very good for Machine. Strelok has just not been bothered by anything. He's just able to do his thing, macro up, build a million barracks series at 152 supply, which is fantastic. Ultralisks in production, though, and there's not really much anti-Ultra thing unless you count, oh, I don't know, the 6 tanks that just showed up. So never mind. There are some good tank numbers. Yeah, and are we switching in? Are we switching into mech right now? No, there's 5 more Marines in production. It's not really much of a mech tech switch. It's just some tanks and some vultures and, you know, a little bit of everything. So, all right, that was a good plague. And the Firebats did die. That would have been okay for a second there, but this is a pretty scary push right now out of Strelok. He's up 66 supply on the Zerg opponent. Machine doesn't have a lot down here. The Scourge are trying to find the Science Vessels. I heard one go down. I don't know what to what, though. Ultralisk. Invincible Ultralisk. Trying to kill everything. No, he's outside the circle. Oh, is he? He's not outside the circle. That's cool. Man, this one Ultralisk is having a great time. He's got 4 kills. Mutalisk shows up to try to get rid of the irradiated science or the plagued science vessels, of which there aren't that many. Did he irradiate? Oh, it's ow, ow, ow. No, Ultralisk, you're hurting your own workers, friend. Lurkers inside Dark Swarm doing what they can. Engineering Bay on the 4th base. I thought that was a drop for a second, but it wasn't. Ultralisk's outside of the Dark Swarm. Problematic. The Mutalisk needs to get in there. Where'd the Mutalisk go? Get these dudes. I guess they're not plagued enough yet. 156 to 69 overall supply. Yeah, the comments are going to say this is just a Terran shellacking of the Zerg. It's true. It is. I mean, ever since that 3rd base got denied, it's pretty much just been Strelok's game to win. Or Strelok's game to lose. No need to drop the 4th. You just walk over here with a bunch of Marines with 3-3 and shut it down. 2nd colony, not enough. Some Ultralisks do show up. Their pathing is screwed up, though, so they're not really attacking anything right now. There we go. Wow, Marines actually not doing too bad here. I mean, they're not super cost efficient, but, you know. Yeah, I mean, at this stage, Machine's going to tap out any second now. Sure, he did manage to save his 3rd base again, but there's literally no mining going on here. There's a little bit of gas income, but otherwise, meh. And Lurkers do save the 4th, which is nice. But again, more than double the supply here for Strelok versus Machine. Ultralisks are coming out. Tanks in production. More Marines in production. Science vessels are really, really injured. Except for that one. And it's just that I haven't seen Machine get together a large enough army to really threaten Strelok in quite some time. Alright, one last gasp here for Machine. He's got Zerglings. He's got Ultralisks. He's got 1 bunker with a Firebat and 3 Marines in it. Attack this command center. Do it. Oh, the Lings can get through, but there's a Firebat in the mix. Oh, oh, oh. Where did those Scourge come from? And why didn't they hit? Yeah, 4th base done here for Machine. Firebats having a pretty good time with himself. There's a Lurker in here just murdering everything, and there's no scan happening. But the hatchery goes down anyway because it can't kill stuff fast enough. All of the Ultralisks get irradiated, which does not do bonus damage versus the tanks. It just hurts the Ultras. And there's your GG. Strelok GG. Machine GG. And Strelok gets the win here in 24 minutes and 33 seconds. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That is exactly. That is exactly what I thought was going to happen for about the last 10 minutes. That is just a clinic. Strelok was like, you know what? We're just going to get a ton of Marines and medics. That early attack really caught Machine off guard. The Mutalisk response was nice. The Mutalisk harass was nice. From that point on, he didn't have a third base. Strelok had a third base. Third base was never really bothered by anything. Fourth base came up. Strelok had a fourth for some time. He was on even bases for some time, but didn't have the ability to get up an army in time and wasn't spending his money effectively well all that much either. So if you're going to beat Strelok, you gotta spend your money. You got to get a third base. If you don't get a third base, you're just dead. And that's it. That is overall it. From there, it was just Strelok's game to lose, and he didn't lose it. He did all the right things. Some tanks, Marines, Marauders, or Marines, medics, firebats, science vessels, irradiating everything in sight there. I mean, how many Defilers died to irradiate? It was probably 10 or 11 or so. And then just be everywhere at once. Use the mobility of this army. Defend where you need to. Attack where you need to. You'll probably beat the Zerg. All right. GG Strelok. Final score. Going to be fairly dominant here. We're looking at 152,143. Not bad, actually, from Machine. Did produce a good number of units. Did lose a whole ton of them, though, compared to what Strelok lost. And if you're going bio, having this significantly fewer units lost compared to Machine is pretty good. Structure is fairly irrelevant in TVZ. Gas mine about the same for Machine. I'm surprised by that. I'm surprised he got as much gas income as Strelok did, but I guess he didn't need as much gas because he was going so Marine heavy. Minerals mine definitely favoring Strelok there by about, wow. Is that 7,000? 7,000. And then total spent here, about 6,000 more for Strelok. So StarCraft is sometimes just a game of numbers. If you can make more stuff than your opponent does by a significant margin, going to have a decent time. Decent. All right, cool. That is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.